You see that? You see that? A little bit of that. That's where Pokemon used to go. So, I've watched a lot of YouTubers discuss scalping, scalpers, whatever. And they seem to really dislike what's going on with Pokemon. And they are blaming it on scalpers, or maybe they're not blaming it entirely on scalpers. Maybe they're sort of, I don't know, making them the scapegoat for what's going on because I guess they're blaming the Pokemon company a little bit, but really they're upset that they can't get the product that they want. And I just want to let you know that, so like, the reason I don't really have any Pokemon is because the main distributor that I used for Pokemon in 2023 and 2024 allocated me to 0 on prismatic evolutions. And then I'm like, well, I was buying Pokemon from them the whole time. Granted, I wasn't buying every single type of product that they sell, which increases your allocations if you take the stuff that is difficult to move. And almost all Pokemon was difficult to move in that time period. So it would have been even more difficult to move that other stuff until the market upswing happened, and then anything would move. So, in the future, I'll probably just buy everything when things settle down. But I decided I'll move over to another distributor that I use more, and I use it for other things, and I hadn't used it for Pokemon. And they seem to be giving me a little trickle of Pokemon, right? So I just consider them a little bit more fair, and I'll probably go back to the other distributor when things settle down and start acquiring more Pokemon when nobody wants it. But the thing that I wanted to sort of get across to people is that there's other stores that are still stocking their shelves with as much Pokemon as they can get. The Cardinal Games Mason is buying stuff off of eBay to sell. And then I see other Poke YouTubers who are collectors mainly shaming stores for having high prices on. I saw like a picture of like blister packs for like $20. I guess that's US, which is incredibly expensive. But let me tell you that the one distributor that actually has still some Pokemon in Canada was selling those blister packs at a high price. And that's kind of what happens with Pokemon. After initial release, they can just kind of sell it whatever price they want to, and then they get it from wherever they get it from. Either it's directly from Pokemon or some stuff that didn't get to retail shelves. That's how these blister packs show up. And they were selling these big display cases full of these blister packs, but it was incredibly expensive. I don't need to tell you the price, but the point is that it was double probably or more, and that's probably where this other store got those from their distributor in the US doing the same thing. So they're already paying a lot more for it, so then they have to charge a lot more for it. And then you factor in 2023 and 2024 when they couldn't move Pokemon, and it ate up their capital. And then also, their sales were drastically lower, and they still had to pay all kinds of overhead, rent, payroll, which is huge if you've got any number of employees. And then, all the other incidental things like electricity, heat, that kind of stuff. And if stuff is sitting on shelves and not selling, it becomes very difficult to make ends meet. And so when Pokemon starts to accelerate, that's when stores start to make up for the loss in the previous years. And a lot of stores sold stuff at a loss, and you could have bought stuff for very, very cheap, but you didn't. And now you're trying to get Pokemon at a reasonable price at MSRP, but it's not really at MSRP anymore because there's so much demand for it. And that's the problem, is that you have demand for it, everyone else has demand for it. But it's not really a necessity. So I would say maybe do like me, not really worry about Pokemon. Bring it in when you can if you're a store. Buy it when you can if you're an individual, if it's at a reasonable price. And if you can't get it, it's not really the end of the day. There's other stuff to buy. I mean, Flesh and Blood does quite well. So if you're kind of the person who just likes cracking packs and like selling stuff on TCG Player or whatever, you can do that with Flesh and Blood. Lorcana is kind of getting into that same boat. It's doing quite well. It has a large player base, and it seems to be a player's game more than a collector's game, but it's a very collectible card game, obviously Disney. But you really like Pokemon, so you only want Pokemon, and that's fine, but so do a lot of other people. And when things start to cool down, you'll be able to get it. And so you'll be happy when stores are not able to make ends meet because of Pokemon and you're able to get it for really cheap. So just look forward to that day and try not to, get too angry about these things. There's no reason to get angry about it at all. But I understand emotions are high and some people lack control of their emotions and it gets the better of them. But, there's no reason to go attacking people about it. Just bemoan the fact that you can't get it right now and look forward to the day when you can. Thanks a lot.